I was just supporting my best friend, but my husband's was spiteful and said I have double standards and gave me divorce papers. 4 years ago, I insisted my husband lose his lifelong friendship with Alan because Alan cheated on his wife, but I didn't bat an eye and I felt completely justified. Today, my husband gave me divorce papers for refusing to do the same with my best friend Cindy, who'd been caught up in something far worse, and I can't believe it. It all started when Cindy's world fell apart after her daughter caught her in bed with another man and told her father, Mike. That alone would have been bad enough, but it turned out Cindy wasn't just having an affair, she was seeing multiple men behind Mike's back. Her marriage crumbled, her kids refused to speak to her, and her family cut her off entirely. I couldn't just abandon her, she's my best friend. My husband couldn't understand my loyalty to her, especially given what had happened with Alan. Back then, Alan had cheated on his wife, Carol. After years of frustration in their marriage, my husband tried to defend him, saying that Alan was struggling and didn't know how to cope. I didn't care. I told him I wouldn't have people like that in our lives, and after many arguments, he grudgingly cut Alan out. It broke his heart, but he did it for me. So, when Cindy's drama blew up, he expected me to do the same. He said it was unfair that I needed him to drop Alan if I wasn't willing to give up Cindy. I said the situation was different. Cindy was truly sorry and had been trying to make amends. On the other hand, Alan never seemed to feel bad about his actions. My husband wasn't buying it. He told me I had double standards. Honestly, he wasn't wrong. There had been other moments in our marriage where I bent the rules in my favor. For the time, I used money from our joint account to treat myself to a luxury bag. He was upset and said I should have asked first. I brushed it off, telling him I didn't do that sort of thing often. But if he had spent the same amount on something for himself, I know I would have been furious. Then there was the family drama when his mom once commented on my cooking, and I refused to visit her for months until she apologized. But when my brother insulted him at a barbecue, I told him to let it go because family doesn't always mean well. But this situation with Cindy and Alan felt more significant. My husband said it wasn't just about fairness but respect. He felt I never gave his feelings the same weight as mine, and he was tired of sacrificing in our marriage. I thought he just needed time to cool off, but he packed a bag that morning and went to his brother's house, saying he needed space to think. When he returned that night, it wasn't to talk things through. It was to serve me with divorce papers. He said he couldn't stay in a marriage where his sacrifices were expected, yet mine were optional. I didn't know what to say. I didn't even cry. I just stared at the papers, wondering how it got this far.